it makes sense if RIMURU is Veldanava, because the closer you are to Veldora's dense magicules, the higher level of the monsters you will encounter. That is the whole idea behind the difficulty level of Ramirez's Labyrinth later on. The only logical explanation for RIMURU's spawn point being Veldora's cave is that he isn't just a lowly slime. The fabric of the multiverse knew his true level, and Veldora's cave was the only location in all of the Cardinal world where such a monster could be born. But why did the universe deem RIMURU to be such a high-level beast from the start? Well, because he's the creator of everything, Star King Veldanava. To uncover the mystery of RIMURU's true origins, we first have to look at his and Veldanava's similar natures of creating things. Before creation itself, there existed a single will, a power limited only by imagination. One day, this will decided it was bored and casually constructed space and time. This omniscient digital will knew everything that was going to happen, so it decided to relinquish its godlike knowledge and transformed into the first true dragon, Veldanava. Awakening in the place of beginnings, Veldanava began his work as a literal god. First, he took command of the Great Holy Spirit, splitting it into 7 servants to assist him, known as the 7 Angels, which is kind of like RIMURU hiring employees and acquaintances to have less responsibility for himself. Veldanava also used imaginary collapse to create multiple worlds, especially the Cardinal world, which sat at the heart of the multiverse. He planned to populate it with powerful and immortal spirits referred to as godly men, so he crafted Twilight Valentine, Luminous's father, to serve as a template and ancestor to mortals. Veldanava's building of the Cardinal world itself to me feels like how RIMURU is constructing Tempest and his dungeon, where he's creating new life forms like the red slimes and offering an environment for adventurers to get stronger, which in turn helps create rich stories and battles to occur for entertainment. This concept of Veldanava wanting similar things to RIMURU gets heightened even more when we learn of the reason behind why he loved humans so much, as they developed a variety of cultures like ours, which birthed new things to the universe. RIMURU wants to do something similar to Tempest by providing a safe and productive environment for the people to explore their creativity and interests to the fullest. That's why you have stuff like the orchestra or the science division and even the creation of the Tempest schools. With the world progressing as he wanted, Veldanava isolated parts of his divine authority into ultimate skill, basically relinquishing his power. He did this also the skills could integrate into the nature cycle by choosing their own masters, with Veldanava only keeping the skill Michael for himself. Bro wanted autonomy for his creation, similar to how RIMURU is always so stressed about Tempest functioning even after he's gone. That's why in situations where he could easily help defeat certain foes, like during the Eastern Empire invasion of Volume 13, RIMURU sat in the control room letting his generals do all the work. Furthermore, you know how RIMURU always is trying to make his labyrinth follow the guidelines of an RPG dungeon from like a game? Like his insistence on having themed floors of the Dragon Lords from floor 96 to 99? Well, Veldanava seems to always follow a similar mechanic, like how he trained the Crown Prince of Nazca, Rudra, to become the first chosen hero who would stand equal against the Demon Lord guy Crimson, which is honestly a plot straight out of a game or a manga. Like, come on, bro. During this training session, Veldanava also did something very interesting, giving his own ultimate skill, Michael, to Rudra in exchange for his Uriel, which shockingly turns out to be the ultimate skill RIMURU gains on his own after becoming a Demon Lord. This skill hadn't been seen in the wild since the death of Veldanava. Even RIMURU's Raphael is a hint to him being Veldanava, but I will touch on that later, as RIMURU having 4 ultimate skills in Beelzebub, Raphael, Veldora, and Uriel at the same time is also super sus, because not even primordial colors, angels, demon lords, insectors who have lived for thousands, billions of years, true dragons which are considered siblings to Veldanava, like they can't even wield more than 1 skill, but this stupid ass slime can. Make that make sense. And the fact that RIMURU can wield so many ultimate skills, it all has to do with the strength of one's soul in Tensura. The deepest part of a soul is its ego, which is a unique wavelength that is the source of will and haki. Then this ego is surrounded by a supercluster of infons, which are known as the heart core, which act as a recording device for that will and also the ego's housing. This core is further surrounded by a dense collection of spiritrons, which act as a source of power to fuel the ego. These three elements combined are known as a soul in Tensura. Every soul has a base minimum amount of soul power or soul energy, which is granted equally to everyone, but based on your shitsu, which is quality, and quantity, which is ryo, of your infons within the core, this energy can increase at an insane amount. For example, the soul power of plants and animals is extremely low, as their haki or will they want to exert on others isn't as strong. Meanwhile, the information of sentient beings is way higher in quality and quantity, as they have a will to exert upon the world. This soul power is exactly what you use when activating abilities like ultimate skills and magic, which is the source of power for all living things. Now, you can use magicules for magic abilities like Fire Blast or strengthening your sword and body, but as soon as you want to use an ultimate skill, you are reliant on your soul power. That's why it's so unusual for a being to possess multiple ultimate skills, which are insane power drains upon the soul. Even in Volume 16, Ciel had to give Velgrind Uriel to free up space in Rimuru's soul, as he was almost reaching capacity with 5 skills at that point, as bro hadn't fully mastered his true dragon self yet. So the ability sub Niguroth is created to oversee all these different bro. I didn't say the N-word. Stop saying I said the N-word, bro. Even the last video, I pointed it out. It's N-I-G-U. Y'all still called me out. I didn't say it. Oh my god. Anyway, this new skill is created to oversee all these different ultimate skills, Rimuru's soul included. Furthermore, all his ultimate skills got combined into Azathoth Void God. Staying in line with the topic of souls, each soul in fact has a unique wavelength where it's possible to identify a person through their frequency, and you can even gain a feeling of an individual's personalities, which are put into 7 categories of colors. This is important because time and time again, characters in the novel feel a similar frequency coming from Rimuru, which reminds them of Veldanava, especially the demon lord Dino, who is actually one of the primordial angels tasked to oversee the cardinal world by Veldanava. Now, Dino is a lazy ass dude who just wants to lounge around and do nothing. Even his ultimate skill of sloth embodies this, but when it comes to Veldanava, bro jumps up like a dog, following every order from his creator. And somehow, this dude Rimuru managed to have this guy be under his employment at Ramirez's lab in the 100th floor of the labyrinth, where he helps with research. You need Veldanava level aura to achieve this, alright? And even in Volume 18, Dino himself feels a familiar bond to Rimuru, as if he is Veldanava. Watch this video on screen right now. It's another banger.